Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. I gotta rock this out. See what's going on this morning. Speaking a little bit at the astrology, we got that. Well, we got a full moon eclipse in Scorpio getting ready to go on. No wonder the energy is so crazy right now. Let's see. I need to get another one of those witches' handbooks that I had the other year. Ask Luna where she found that. Oh, it's coming on the 16th. Yeah. Full moon eclipse in Scorpio. Ha ha. In Scorpio and Sagittarius. Oh, man. All right, we got Cancer. We've got Venus. And 11. So Cancer is the Chariot card. It's all about balancing light and shadow and moving and working with being pulled by the forces of the universe. We got Venus, obviously love, also the morning and the evening star. The first star to shine in the morning, the last star to shine at night. A planet that's been wished on more than anything else. And then we got 11. The number of the pages. Let's see. I ask for so little. Just let me rule you and you can have everything you want. You don't get to know what I do with my time. You don't get to say you ain't doing all right. You're so vain. I bet you think this song is about you. A heart is not judged by how much you love, but by how much you are loved by others. Ooh, there's definitely someone with a bit of a gnarly energy going on here. They control. They think everything is about them. At the same time, they don't want to tell you nothing. They want you to tell them everything. And in the end, the proof is in the pudding. It really makes me think, because this has been coming up a lot lately for me, is the Crowley and Nikola Tesla energies. We got the masculine rune again. We've got the flight rune. We've got the star. And we've got the moon. So we got the masculine rune, the need to speak rune, and then we got the sun and the moon. And what do I say whenever the sun and the moon comes up? 3 things cannot be hidden for long. Sun, the moon, and the truth. Anyway, back to what I was saying about the difference between Crowley and Tesla. They were both very powerful beings within their own right. Tesla, I would say, is more of like a... In today's time and age, he would probably have been in the Pleiadian Arcturian type of people, right? And then you've got Crowley, who was a Mason, and was he a Mason or Illuminati? He was in the secret societies, and that's where he gained a lot of his knowledge. Now, Tesla's main thing was the energy, and he wanted to create energy, and he wanted to create free energy for people, right? Crowley was all about manipulating people. Everything Crowley had, everything Crowley did not really work for anything. He wrote some books, but for the most part, he was kind of like an evil Kardashian, right? I think one of the most famous interviews about him is when he was explaining how to manipulate people, and he was walking with a friend. He was like, "Watch this," and he walked up behind a stranger, and he started copying the stranger's movements, physical movements, and then he stumbled, and the stranger in front of him stumbled, even though he had no idea what the dude was doing behind him, right? But he was able to con people into just giving him stuff, right? He was able to just con people into just giving him stuff. Neither one of these men, as far as I'm aware of, neither one of these men got married or had any legitimate children around them. They both died alone right around the same time. Tesla died in the basement of a New York hotel. See, he was one of those little good old men that when he came to the end of his days, he had lived at this hotel for so long that the hotel staff decided that they would take care of him and keep him there. Crowley died alone in an old age type of home in Europe, and not a very nice one, with nobody around him. So while Crowley lived, by most accounts, what people would say, a very decadent lifestyle, drugs, booze, orgies, all this other crazy stuff, magic, money, mayhem, right? And Tesla did nothing but work, right? In the end, the proof's in the pudding. You're not judged by how much you love, but by how much you are loved by others. In the end, Tesla had people who cared about him, taking care of him in his old age. And Crowley died alone. All right, we got volcano volatility going on here, and we got peaceful among the thorns. Definitely getting the energy of something is about to blow. There's been a lot of keeping the peace, I feel, and there's about to be an explosion. And I always say this is the goddess. If you look real close, you'll see her face up there. This is the goddess Tia something from Mulan, right? She could be this loving, green, beautiful goddess, but then sometimes she's this exploding, raging monster. But the exploding, raging lava monster, the lava is what creates those beautiful islands. So after the explosion's done and the dust is settled, the most fertile lands are left behind. That's the metaphor behind that card. Peaceful among the thorns. I believe the sentence for that card is the act of bending becomes a habit of bending. And eventually, if you just keep bending all the time, you're going to break. That's what happens. If one person's always keeping the peace and always just doing what the other person wants, eventually the person who's always just keeping the peace with this other person snaps, breaks, blows up. So what we got going on here? Yeah, we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed, Queen of Cups upright, Six of Cups reversed, Ten of Wands upright, Two of Pentacles. So there's definitely this energy of, I don't know, whenever I see this card, especially reversed, I get, oh, what tangled webs we weave when we decide to deceive. There's definitely been some lies. There's definitely some toxic connections, webs, things of that nature going on, right? There's definitely a Queen of Cups, but she's got her back turned to a situation, right? Almost get the end thing like she's listening over her shoulder, right? There's definitely a lot of fear based from the past going on here. There's been a lot of things. There's a lot of past energy that is overburdening, could even be causing nightmares, right? on the 3D. There's definitely a trying to come into some sort of balance and stability here. The sword for a tongue there, 13, right? So yeah, the Two of Pentacles also talks a lot about it's not just balance, but it's also adaptability, right? On the 4D, I got the Hierophant here in this deck, right? Whenever I see this card, I get that I think of the saying, the staircase, I think of Thich Nhat Hanh where he talks about the kingdom of heaven is within you. You can get there anytime, right? Anytime you want to. Meditation. The Hierophant is kind of a truth-seeking thing. It's centering yourself in a truth-seeking type of energy, but it's also basing a lot on traditions and things of that nature, right? Trying to be more traditional, trying to set 11-11. Oh my God, one person showed up and a like, so it was 11-11-11 on my thing, and I had 11 on the dice this morning. So good morning to whoever just showed up, right? So we're definitely talking about that Hierophant energy, that building energy on the inside, right? But this is where the person's focus wants to be, but it's kind of trying to do this alone, right? Unfortunately, it's causing a lot of stagnation. It's causing a lot of stagnation and it's causing a lot of mayhem, right? There's no way to see how to make any physical moves here on anything. We've got a reversed Queen of Cups, reversed Emperor, and a reversed Knight of Swords. So, and this Queen of Cups, the reverse Queen of Cups over the Queen of Cups on the bottom there, remember, and her back was turned. So there's definitely a cutoff going on here. There's definitely a disconnect. And there's definitely as much as this person's focusing on this, you're not going to gain this because it's causing all this other turmoil. Like I said, it's that peaceful among the thorns. You're sitting still and not saying anything, keeping your mouth shut. Sorry, I dropped the card. I got to get it. Keeping your mouth shut to keep the peace, and you're not keeping the peace. You're destroying and ruining chances of anything else happening, right? Right? Making moves on the 3D is blocked. This person's energy is blocked. Captain Save-A-Ho is blocked. Everybody's blocked. Just sitting here. And I've said it too, this whole energy of I'm the hyper independence is just as toxic as codependency. I don't need anyone. Versus I have to have someone. There has to be a balance. Because nobody likes to feel trapped with someone they can't escape. But at the same time, everybody needs somebody sometimes. And it's as a triple fire sign Aries for me, that is a hard thing for me to grasp too. Because I've been in my life the one that usually runs to save people a lot of the time. And I do have a bit of a hyper independent. I have both. I have hyper independency and I have hyper codependency because mainly I go out, and when my back goes out and my neck goes out, when I can't stand up for a week, when you have to have someone that you can depend on. It's terrifying to be in those situations, right? It's a very humbling fucking experience. And that's been going on and off for me since I was 18 years old. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. The 5D on this says this is a karmic cycle that's playing out right now. It's a way of washing out toxic programming from the past. It's a way of washing out toxic programming, toxic idea structures, toxic, just in general, right? And that's that thing with that Hierophant too. The Hierophant can be stuck in tradition to the point where they're stuck in toxic programming as well. And there's a lot of clearing this energy, right? So when it says once this energy is cleared, once you allow yourself to break from those toxic timelines, that toxic, human programming, and clear that from your energy. You've got the Nine of Cauldrons here. You've got the Knight of Cups, right? So Nine of Cauldrons is the wish fulfillment card. It's happy, it's satisfied, right? There could be a bit of overindulging. Now, this is the thing with that, right? When you do find these connections, it's always the threat of overindulging, right? You can overindulge in the Nine of Cups energy. This is one of the few Nine of Cups that has two people in it instead of one, right? But you can see they're at the table. They're very heavy people, right? They're being a bit gluttonous about it all, right? You can't overindulge. You can't be addicted to somebody else's energy, right? So there's definitely a little bit of finding that balance there, right? We get the Knight of Cups here. Definitely a masculine energy that wants to show love, right? But we got the Two of Rods. They want to be able to come in, but they also don't want to be, come here, knocked off balance. It's also a lot of discovery going on with this card, I feel. It's kind of, I don't know, I get the energy of overseeing, overlooking, watching, right? There's definitely, at the end here, we got the Five of Swords. Right? And I find this very interesting, this card interesting, the way that they've portrayed it in this, because usually the Five of Swords is the battle is over. In this one, the healer is still running into battle. The guy back here is blowing the horn, waving his flag, and this one's running into battle, waving swords. One of the swords is already bloody. Both swords are bloody. I like that he's also a knight, right? It could even be the Knight of Swords. Mm-hmm. The Knight of Swords is definitely a very guarded character, but they can also be, because they're not on the King energy, and not so much that they're not on the King energy, it's just the Knight of Swords can be more youthful, exuberant, things like that. But when provoked, they could go from that healing energy, that wisdom giving energy, right? That speaking and that type of energy. They could be very nasty with their tongue as well. And I just get a kind of sense of, yeah, there's definitely this balance of people around you being able to knock you off, right? Knock you out of character. And if they do, just remember, when you do go to explode, the objective of the explosion is to create a new peaceful environment, right? The explosion is to clear the karmic ties, right? To break those locks. All right, I'm gonna leave that at that. What time is it? Get some clarifiers. Get clarification on that Five of Swords there. Definitely a lot about immature words here. There's definitely this Knight energy that is stuck. They definitely want to make some sort of communications, right? Communications want to be made, but they're desperately trying to protect what they already have, right? At least you're always holding on to that. The Four of Pentacles is about stability and security, right? And it's this person's desperately trying to grasp onto some stability and security here, right? And they're definitely trying to protect it. And I almost get like a miser-esque energy off that card sometimes. But there's definitely the Wheel of Fortune here. There's new things being opened up, right? The Wheel of Fortune is another karma destiny card, right? And I also get the saying that, and I think this is from the show The Kingdom, which if you haven't seen it, it's pretty good. It's on Netflix. Destiny is set, but your path to get there is your own. right? That's the free will. That's kind of the Viking Nordic-esque type of energy there, right? Destiny is set. What you are destined to do, you will do. Whatever kids you're destined to have, you will have. Whatever, and it doesn't have anything to do with anything else, right? Situations and things will arise. Like, even if you want to get into talking about all the shit in the news right now with Roe versus Wade, well, I'm a full-on pro-choice. My sister actually had an appointment, and then when she went to the appointment, they told her that she was too far along. She was like, I don't know. She thought she was earlier, but turns out she was like, I don't know, somewhere between 18 and 20 weeks. And down here, that was just too far. So the universe intervened. You know what I'm saying? If you're not supposed to, the universe will intervene. You'll be that person who runs out of the office. Something will drive you to change it, right? Destiny is set. It's the path to get there is your own. So what is meant to be will be, regardless of what you do. But you can make it as difficult as you want. That used to be one of my favorite sayings, is it's all as dramatic as you want it to be. Well, what happened to you then? What? Everybody else wanted to be dramatic, so after a while I got very, very fucking dramatic too. Definitely don't want to. What do you want? What do you want? Not what they want, not what that person wants, not what this person wants. What do you want? The universe is trying to fuck with me and I refuse to engage. That's a lie. I engage all the time, just cause hair. I don't know is an acceptable answer. And that's some shit. Let's get a magic card to spell and end this out. I don't know is an acceptable answer. It is. It is. But if you don't know, then go find out. I don't know is an acceptable answer, but willfully choosing ignorance. That's not cool. No more stress spell. Oh, I like that. That's perfect. Got here. No more stress spell. When you are feeling unwell, stressed, fatigue, or when you have a case of the blues, dose yourself with a teaspoon or a dropper of one of the following floral essence remedies. For anxiety, mix garlic, rosemary, aspen, periwinkle, lemon balm, chestnut, and gentian. I don't know what that is. For depression, we got borage, sunflower, lark, chamomile, yarba santana, black ganache, lavender, and mustard. I think they purposely pick hard words just to be difficult. For exhaustion, we've got aloe, yarrow, olive, and sweet chestnut. For lethargy, we've got aloe, thyme, and peppermint. For stress, we have dill, echinacea, thyme, mistletoe, and lemon balm. If you wanted to screenshot it so you got it. Very nice, yes. I used to have one of those necklaces that you could put the drops of essential oil in. That way, like, you could put for stress or whatever on it, and then you could smell it throughout the day. Really, that used to be a very big thing. Like, talk about, like, way back in the past. The past used to stink. Like, humans were fucking disgusting, and it was nasty, and everybody smelled bad. So they would carry either a necklace or they would have a little bracelet with a charm on it. Inside the charm would be like a little piece of charcoal or a cloth that they would drip essential oils in, and pretty much you would just smell it to cover up the odors of everybody around you. All right, we got a couple of cards here. We've got the Goddess Healing with feminine energy here. We've got the Festival creates energetic blueprints for a fantastic party or event. And we've got Spirit, heavenly assistant from your angels and guides. Alrighty. Well, that's all I got for y'all this morning. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all and be back as soon as I can. I promise. I'm going to try to pop over to the Silver Cord and do a live over there here in a minute. All right, y'all. Love ya. Talk to you later.